Hi, I'm Lou and today I'm going to be taking my bike apart to get it into a bike box for travel. I hate doing it. It's not that complicated, but it's a bit of a faff. I'm not taking my new bike because I haven't got one of the boxes for integrated bar thingies. So it's my old bike that I'm taking, and I try and make it as simple as possible by taking as few parts off as possible, but this time I'm taking an extra part of the bike off because last time I flew the hanger was snapped in transit, which was extremely annoying. So I'll be taking that off this time. So it's on my turbo at the moment, which is actually a pretty handy way of taking bits and bobs off the bike because it's stable, so you can use a bike stand, or if you don't have either of those things, it doesn't matter. Leave the wheels on whilst you're taking the other bits off, just because it makes the bike more stable, they can stand up. The bits of the bike that I'll be taking off is the handlebars, but I take those off by, first I need to take the mount off. I've got one of those mounts that's on the stem here, so if I take that off, then I can just put the handlebars to the side. I don't need to mess with my headset. So I'm taking those off. Pedals need to come off. My saddle needs to come off. And as I said, I'll be taking off the hanger at the back. So then obviously the wheels, the axles need to come off those, and they need to be deflated. You can't fly with tyres that are pumped up or they might explode apparently. So yeah, they need to be completely deflated for flying, and also check that you haven't got any gas canisters and stuff like that in your, if you have a saddle bag or in your luggage or whatever, because that might blow up too. So no gas canisters and deflate your tyres. So I'll do all the tyre bits after, but the first bits and bobs I'm going to do are the handlebars, pedals and saddle. So I only need two tools. I've got a pedal tool here, which depending on your pedals you might have a different one, but my one are old Speedplay ones. I find it way more complicated than it is to get the pedals off because I always forget which way they go. But to make it easy, basically you get them off by going the opposite direction from how they normally turn. So the wheels, the pedals go round this way, like this. So this is the right pedal going around like that. So to get the right one off, I'll need to go anti-clockwise with this one and the opposite with the other one. So you can try and remember it with the whole lefty loosey, all that stuff, but it never seems to work for me. So I need to go anti-clockwise with this, and then the pedal should come off. It's really important to keep all the bits you take off your bike and put them all in one place so you don't forget to bring them with you. I almost forgot my pedals on a previous trip and the axles for my wheels, which would have been a complete disaster. I'm going to put as small amount of stuff as possible into my bike box too, because I don't want things rattling around in there and scratching my frame. So if you can take other baggage, which you put other things in, do it so there's nothing in the bag that might scratch. Otherwise, just make sure it's all in another bag, which isn't going to damage your frame within your box. But if you're flying to America, they're going to open your bag, your bike box, and they might move some things around. And I think that's how my hanger got snapped last time, when they were just shoving it all back in there. So I am learning from previous experience of things getting broken. So I'm done with the pedal wrench. Need to bring that too, so I can put my pedals back on and tighten them once I get there. I'm now going to take off the Wahoo mount and this piece which holds my handlebars on. Now, before you take your handlebars off, and the same with your saddle, make sure you've got a bit of tape or something on there to mark where it should be. I've got two little bits of sellotape that need to line up so I know my handlebars are back in the same position. I've also got one on my seat post so I know which level my saddle needs to be at. Make sure you do that before you take the things off. So that's the saddle and handlebars off now. I'm going to take the hanger off once it's in the case and then just attach it to the bike as well. Back wheels off because it was on the turbo. So the thing to do with the wheels is to take the axles off, just unscrew them. Don't lose the little springs. And don't forget to put these in your bag as well. And as I said, let the tyre pressure down. When you're putting the axles back on again, you'll know which one's which for your bike, because the back one is longer because it has to go through all of the gears as well through your cassette. So the longer one is the back axle. Don't forget to take a pump with you so you can re-inflate your tyres. So that's all the bits I need off the bike for now. I'm going to pop all of those pieces into an envelope so they're all in one place. So the axles, my pedals, the front mount thingy with the screws. I'm going to need my tool again, so I'm not going to pack that away yet. And not forget my pedal wrench. I also have a spare hanger, which I'm hoping not to need at all, but if you can get a spare hanger, get one, because all bikes have different hangers, which is really, really annoying. And if something happens to your hanger, you might find it hard to just go into a bike shop and get a replacement because they're all so different. So get a spare hanger if you can and carry it with you when you travel, just in case. So I'm going to take the bike off the turbo now, move the turbo out the way to put the bike box down, try and make some space. I keep a load of bubble wrap in the case, which I then put around my frame just to protect it a bit more. The wheels go in the top section of the bike box, and then the bike goes in the bottom section. All bike boxes are different, so you'll have different ways of attaching your bike into the box. This one attaches by some straps. I've used bike boxes before where the axles from your wheels actually attach the wheels in place and stuff. Mine is just with straps, but it holds it all really, really well and nice and secure. So I'm going to get it into here now. I'll be attaching the saddle and the handlebars to the bike, just folded in nice but then secured so they don't fly around, just in case, and taking off the hanger now. So there was a slight pause in proceedings there. I had to cook tea for my boys and take one of them to hockey practice and stuff like that. So I stopped what I was doing, but I've now restarted. I've taken the hanger off. The bike is in the box, and I will turn the camera around so you can see how all the bits are secured. So as you can see, the hanger is off from here, and the whole derailleur is attached to the bike with some bubble wrap and soft stuff and some tape, so that is not going to fly anywhere. I haven't taken the chain off, but it's not going anywhere, so I'm okay with that. The seat post would be here. The seat post is attached here with the saddle to the bike, straps to hold the bike in place so it doesn't fall down within the bike box. A bit of padding around the forks there, handlebars nice and snug there. So yeah, nothing is going to move around here at all. I may actually put my bottles in just you know, to go here, so in case any pressure is put on these won't snap if there's a bottle in there, but there should be no pressure on. This is a hard bit within the case. The wheels are in this top section up here with straps, so everything is pretty secure. I've got my envelope of stuff here. It's got all the bits and bobs and the tools that I need. I'm actually going to put them in a different bag, so there's nothing at all flying around in here. Hopefully, nothing can go wrong. So we're all packed up, ready to go. We're actually off to Florida. I didn't even say where we're going, so flying to Orlando via Chicago today. So bikes all in there, nothing else. I've got a box that has combination locks on to close it and keep it locked. One of my friends said they put like padlocks on it, and then when security opened it, they just bunged the padlocks in the bike box, which scratched her bike. So don't put anything on the outside of your box, just in case. But yeah, there's only my bike and wheels and stuff in there. The rest is all in my bags. So hopefully things will be good. So yes, we're going into the airport now. So we're all checked in. I actually had to go into the bit in the airport that passengers don't normally go in with the luggage, with the bike box, just in case it needed to be opened and stuff, but it was absolutely fine. I think because I've got nothing in it apart from the frame and wheels, it didn't show up anything weird on the x-ray, so it's gone straight through. The looks that you get when you travel with the bike box and the comments and stuff, though, people just stare at it. Sometimes they ask what's in there. Most of the time people think it's a musical instrument, like a harp or something. People don't actually often guess bike, which is weird. So if you've travelled with a bike box, what are some of the comments you've had? What do people think it is? It's always quite amusing. Anyway, we're all checked in, just sat in the lounge having a little drink before we fly. So I'll catch you on the other side once we're in America. So I massively spoke too soon on thinking everything was fine with my bike and thinking that taking the hanger off would thwart the TSA, because they opened up my bike box and pulled a bunch of the cabling, which is now within the frame that I cannot get out. So I'm on the hunt for a bike shop near Disney in Orlando, which is really, really annoying. If I'd have left the hanger on and they'd snapped it, I could have used my spare hanger and I would have been okay. But taking the hanger off doesn't seem to have stopped the TSA from doing something to mess with my bike. Anyway, before I find a bike shop, I've come to the east coast of Florida because there is a SpaceX launch today. So we're going to be seeing a rocket take off from over there. I'm just by the Eyewitness News. So I will film the rocket taking off, which should be pretty cool. I've never experienced this before. Yes.
Guessing we'll be able to hear it.
So the rocket launch was pretty awesome, but I was a bit depressed about my bike being broken. So I've come to the happiest place on earth to try and cheer up. I'm currently being flown on magic carpet, but my stepson, who works here, and Rob. So yeah, we're at Magic Kingdom, and I found a bike shop to fix my bike in the morning, so it's going to be okay.
What's this?
Disaster, that's what. But hopefully these legends can fix it for me.
Okay.
Yeah, so the cable is somewhere within here.
Okay.
I've got two little screws to put the... For what?
Why is there nervous?
For what? Trying to see whether it's a 5-minute job or a 5-hour job. We'll see. Hopefully not too complicated.
Check it out, John.
My bike works! Evolve bicycles, my bike is perfectly fixed, and I've got a ride to go on tomorrow morning. So just spending the day at Universal. Been on Hagrid's ride and about to go on Velocicoaster. I've done it before. It's absolutely unbelievable roller coaster. That bit that just went behind there is the Heartline roll. There's 0 G stall, more than crazy amounts of drops and flips, and you go 70 miles an hour. It's absolutely bonkers, but it's brilliant. So we're enjoying a good day and looking forward to my ride tomorrow. So that's it for this video. Sorry it's turned into a bit of a mammoth blinking adventure. I thought that I was going to be okay with my bike and travelling and stuff, but the TSA had other ideas. So hopefully you've learned some tips from this of what not to do, and maybe some useful things for what to do. Here's Rob. Hey. Please comment if you've had weird people saying stuff about what's in your box and stuff when you've travelled with a bike box before. Please like and please subscribe, and I will do another video while I'm here in Florida, I'm sure, and I will see you soon.